Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is Friday, July 1st. Can you guys even believe it? Oh, I feel like I need to lift my camera up a little bit. Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a great day. Happy Canada Day to our Canadian friends. I hope everyone's had a great week. I feel like I was just here because I was. For my stitching friends, we just did a little stitch with me last night. I hope that everyone is excited, ready for the weekend. I know I am. I have a little bit of work to do today, but I think I should get it all finished up, and then I am ready to have a nice relaxing weekend. Oh, thank you, Handmade Not Hallmarked. Isn't it cute? I actually found quite a few. So believe it or not, I love patriotic decor. And I know I've talked about this with my stitching. I also love patriotic stitching, quilting, but I love it. I love red, white, and blue. And so I found several mugs this year. I didn't have any prior to this year, and I just happened to be out and about. I don't really go out shopping all that often, but I found this one and I loved it. Oh, thank you. Tara said last night was fun. It was fun. Thank you guys who stitched with me. It was like stitching with friends. I definitely think we're going to have to figure out a Zoom to maybe have some where we can really interact stitching. But it's fun. I think I probably will do it again. Hello, everybody. Okay. Oh, thank you, Susie. Okay, don't look at my top too close. I actually just got this one. It's a style that I like. I have several like this. It's from J. Crew. I got it on sale, but my steamer broke and I didn't want to get my iron out, so I just ordered a new steamer for pickup, but obviously I didn't have it in time for this video, and so I just threw it on. I figured, who cares? We're all friends. Hello, Joyous in Christ. She says the 4th of July is your 27th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary. That is wonderful. Oh, Kimo S says, seldom get to see these lives and so excited for today. That's awesome. Susie says 5 more sleeps until her birthday number 63. Happy early birthday, Susie. Yes, so awesome. So it looks like we need to have some happy birthdays and happy anniversaries in the chat to everyone. Oh my goodness, Terry, how awesome. She says, hello from the road to Georgia, or the road in Georgia, pardon me, heading to Arkansas to see kids and kidlets. I love that. Have a wonderful weekend. Good morning, Cassie. Long time no see for you too. Christy, that's okay. I will definitely do the Stitch With Me lives again. It was really fun. It was fun for me too. Sandy says use Downy wrinkle release when you can cut, then you can cut down and don't have to iron or steam. Okay, I actually don't mind ironing fabric, but I have a stack of tops I need to iron that I just can't seem to get to. What is that? Like ironing fabric for a quilt? Woo! I'll just do it all day long. Ironing my clothes. Let's see. Hey, Messy Missy Create, some of us might still be in PJs, so no judgment here. So the funny thing is, not today, because I'm at work, so I got my work attire on. But like last night, and sometimes when I will do like a weekend live for Patreon or whatever, I put like top up what you guys actually see. I get dressed and then I just have like sweatpants or sweat shorts or something on. So you got no judgment. I'm giving you the real talk. Oh, funny. Yes, hello everybody. Christy says turning 64 next month. 1 more year until Medicare. I love it. You guys always make me laugh. Okay, you guys, so today we're going to be doing, I believe it was Megan. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. If you were the one suggesting this, I thought it was Megan, wanted me to do the stencil, stencil layering Cosmos from the most recent Simon Says Stamp release, and I said absolutely. It was in my stack of things I did want to craft with. So that's what we're going to create today, because it's one of those that makes a beautiful card, but also makes a beautiful matching envelope. So that's what we're going to be crafting today. Before we get started, I do want to talk about just a couple of little things. Number one, maybe I'll flip my camera around. Maybe that will be easier to show. I do have this. Here's what we're going to make today. Let me zoom out just a little bit for just a second anyway. We're going to make this card and this envelope. And again, card can be for any occasion. Couple of little notes. It's the first of the month. If you were wanting to join Patreon, it's a great time to do this. This is the card we made for my top tier patrons last month. It is a platform pop-up beachy scene card. If you were there for Patreon, you know this is our ZZ Top gnome. But anyway, this is just a good time to join. There is a link for Patreon down below. So that is my first little housekeeping note I wanted to mention. The next thing is Lawn Fawn came out with their first kit this week, and it is a bee themed kit. You get the stamps, the dies, the stencils. You get some dies to make little hexy shaker tags or just little hexy tags. There's a paper pad in there. It's super awesome. There is a link. I have links down below. So definitely check that out if you're interested. They feel like those might be kind of limited. Anyway, really, really cute. I wanted to mention that. And then also this week, I shared my ink swatches, these. But I also shared this bonus project. And again, I'm going to have to zoom out some more because it's too big. This is a 10 by 10 inch canvas. And I just was going to show it to you guys live. You can see it has lots of fun movement to it. I'm going to display this here in my craft room. This is all of the colors, minus browns and grays, from the Simon Says Stamp Pawsitively Saturated Ink. And I love it. The gilding on the edges is the Foundry Wax from Tim Holtz, which we are going to use today. So this project inspired our butterfly that we're going to be adding to today's card. All right. Let me see. Oh, good. Messy Missy got her PT out of the way yesterday, so gets to hang out. All right, links to this as well as the ink swatches for my inks, that's down below. Definitely check that out. And as always, this was completely a viewer suggestion. So if you guys want to see something and it's within my power, like I have the product or whatever, definitely let me know, because I'm always looking for what you want to see in the lives. Okay, Cosmos are one of my very favorites, Linda says. Yeah, Odin has a squeaky. I'm really sorry. When we're live, this is what we get. We get that Nichole's dogs don't behave. They sleep when it's completely silent. But I go live, and he squeaks his toy. And he's being super cute about it. Gilding, yeah, yes, I do. Gilding really does make the butterflies. I will say, when I was creating this, I didn't originally think I'd use the gilding, and I did it on one butterfly thinking, let's just try it. If I don't like it, I can always just re-emboss and die cut and ink a butterfly. But the gilding to me really makes this project. And the background, I should say, if you didn't catch that video, it's salvaged patina Distress Oxide ink that I sprayed on the canvas. So you'll notice it's pretty light, but in the background, like kind of up here, there's some, you can kind of see some splatters in the background. I let it sit for probably about 30 minutes, and then I took a dry rag and I swiped across, kind of more like a paint motion, to work it in, but it did give a bit of distressing, and then I did splatter it with white gouache. I really love it. I haven't done an art project, like a 3D art project in a while, so that was really, really fun for me. Thanks, Lynn. I'm glad you guys understand he likes to squeak his toy. Yes, Cassie. I guess he's just going to keep squeaking it too. I think he heard me talking about him. Okay, Susie says not too familiar with the gilding wax, but the butterflies are gorgeous. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it. We're only going to do one butterfly today, but it would show you how to do it for any of them, and I think it's just a really, really fun effect. Oh, thank you, Kimmo. I did get my nails done, patriotic nails. I said last night during our Stitch With Me, I have a great nail. I kind of just tell her I want patriotic nails, and she's like, okay, I got something for you. And she just, because I'm not super picky, I get them changed every 3 weeks. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I love Odin too. Odin is so spoiled. Let's get started because I think we have quite a bit. I don't know how long it'll take. I always think that, and then it's been going pretty quick, but you know, you never know. So I am going to go through all of the supplies. I'm doing a big mix and match. I love mixing and matching supplies from all kinds of things. So let me set this out of the way for just a second. Let's talk about our Cosmos first, since it's the focal point. This is the Layering Cosmos stencil from the most recent Simon Says stamp release. This is what we're going to be using to create this gorgeous flower garden background. Yvette, you are not very late. We haven't started creating yet. So I'm going to just take that out since we're going to be using that pretty soon. We're going to be using the Graceful Butterfly set, which is what I used for all the butterflies on my canvas I just showed you. So we're going to be using this today. I already did that off camera, but I'll show you that. I'm using this little tiny tag from the Mama Elephant B2B squares. I do want to mention the if you get the basic sets from Mama Elephant, any of their new ones, so they've got the squares, the circles, the rectangles, the center is a little mini tag, which I love. I'm always looking for a little mini tag, and there's lots of sets that will work, but Mama Elephant has some mini everyday messages that I think are fun on here. At the holidays, there's some like holiday little mini messages, and they're going to work on those different tags, which is cute. So I'm also going to use the mini everyday messages. I have my text grungy background, which is the good reading background from Simon Says Stamp. It's a oldie but a goodie. One of my very most often used. I have embraced purple vanilla, surprisingly enough. I know, Carolyn, he squeak, squeak, squeak. Hopefully he wants to take a nap soon. This is the Hello Die from Simon Says Stamp. Again, this is an oldie but a goodie. The size of it is fantastic. We're going to stack several on top here to make a little bit bigger, bolder statement. And then I am going to use the simple blocked messages from Mama Elephant, which I had intended to stamp these off camera, and I forgot. So we're going to do it on camera today because this was a leftover from another project that I used here. Odin. But we're going to go ahead and stamp some more, and it's great because you do end up with like lots of extra. These are in brown, so they don't really go with my project today, but I love these. They're great basic, and you get lots and lots of greetings. So I'm just going to set those out of the way for a minute so we can work on our background. And we're going to start with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel of smooth white cardstock. Let's see, Beatrice, how do you organize your stamps and dies? Is it company or theme? Company. For me, it really depends on what works best for you. For me, I generally need to do it by company, so it's always by company. But within companies, for the most part, unless I don't have very many supplies, I will break it down by theme within a company. It's probably a little extra. Oh, good. Messy Missy says purple's growing on her too. I love it. Okay, let's put our example right here. And I need to get my inks out. We are going to be using the little round detailing brushes, and then I did pull just one of the little flat angled ones out that we're going to use for the butterfly. I think I also need a microfiber cloth that I didn't get. All right. So I've already done this, so I can kind of use it as a guide, which is helpful. I don't know, can you tell? Maybe I need to, there we go, if I hold it at an angle. I love that Simon has this little line that goes around the section. So you know with this stem, this leaf is made to work with it. With this stem, these leaves are made to work with it. If you could, yeah, there we go. These flower pieces all go together, and then these flower pieces all go together. Amber says, I work from home and my cat only wants my attention when I have to take a call. She then sits and meows and pokes at me. So my son says the same thing. He does some live things like a baseball league. My oldest son is who I'm talking about. And he has 2 cats, and the one does the same thing. Always wants to get in the way when he's doing a video conference. It's so funny. Catherine says, it might seem extra to some of us, but this is your job. Yes, more detailed with work as opposed to home. I just don't like to spend tons of time searching for something, and so for me, it's just worth it to have it organized so I can hopefully find it unless I misfile something, which has happened. I'm going to use LIMELICIOUS and PEARFECTION. I'm just going to go ahead and take my lids off. And I'm using the small brush because it gets into these small areas without overlap. Have I mentioned how fantastic small blending brushes are? So good. And I'm starting kind of with my focal point flower. Looks like a lot of you have cats who love conference calls. That's funny. I'm just going to take a little PEARFECTION. I want to darken this a little bit. And I am using the Tonic Magnetic Matte. It works pretty good for this. Then I'm going to move to the leaf that works with this stem. I kind of like to use it more like veining. We'll see what ink is left on our blending brush before I get more. And we're going to simply just kind of build the flower garden. I'm going to move that for a minute. I don't want to get it inky. And there is our first little stem. Yes, Caitlin, the small blending brush is so good. So good. Okay, it would be so much easier probably if I could do all the green first. But I find when I'm trying to build a flower garden like this that I like kind of working one by one. Just works the best for me. So definitely do whatever you want to do. My ink swatches are something I want to talk about really quick because Amethyst and Rose aren't in the same trio. When I was looking for colors that I wanted to use for my Cosmos flowers, I kind of went through my swatches just like this. And this is why I like them on a ring, because then I put these two together and I thought that is going to be super pretty. And that is literally how I picked my colors for my flowers today. And we're going to go ahead, I could do this small part first. I'm going to just line up my flower right here. And we're going to start with the rose color. I'm just going to grab my blending brushes. so good. Linda said she got a bunch of brushes like this at the dollar store, and they work really good. Shimon wants to know if the small brushes would be a good one to start with. I definitely think it depends on how big of an area you're going to do. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot one whole step, you guys. Well, let's just go ahead and do it before I get into the pinks, because I definitely don't want to smear them. And thank you for your question, because that's what reminded me. Small inks are great for a stencil like this that's very detailed. Your bigger brushes are for your backgrounds. So you might have noticed our background has some blue in it. I actually inked that first. I think we'll be okay since I haven't added any pink to my background yet. If not, we'll just start over. Sorry, guys. But this is Seafoam, and I'm going to start at the top. And this is why a big one, because with a small brush, it would take forever to get this kind of coverage. So it kind of depends on what kind of stenciling you think you're going to do. And I am going to pull my color pretty far down the panel, but I really want it to be kind of ombre where it almost goes white. I can't believe I forgot. That's funny. That's what happens when I go live, I guess. When I can edit it, I just start over. All right, there we go. Much better. Okay, let's just put this away. I'm trying hard to keep my work surface a little cleaner now, because we're going to have quite a few inks. I just keep feeling like I'm going to mess up my card, so let's move it. I've got my rose and amethyst. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, you guys, I completely forgot. 20% off all Simon branded products this week, 4th of July weekend. I believe the sale ends the 4th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So definitely check that out. If you have some Simon Says Stamp branded products, like some of them that I'm using here today, like the Stencil or whatever, definitely check that out. So we're going to start with our rose color. And we're going to start building our flower garden. So I did rose, and then before I move my stencil, I'm going to take a little amethyst, and right here from the center, I'm going to add in some of that purple right over the pink. Just kind of not going to the very outer edge. Let's see. Good morning, everyone just joining. And then you simply move it over, because this is the next piece. There's 3 parts to this. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go in with my rose. And I'm going to do a little heavier where it's going to kind of cover up the stem. It actually ends up working pretty good. And over here, and then we're going to move on to the amethyst. Oh good, both dogs are in here making all kinds of noise. Always. And there is our first flower. And see how it really does just kind of cover up that stem perfectly. And then this little flower center, I will go ahead and do that. I kind of like doing mine just right as I'm working. That's going to be a little Sunbeam ink. Let's move what I don't need anymore. I don't miss having 4 shades per color. 3 is good for me. And I can always pull in a color from something else too. Like with pinks, you could always pull in a purple. With yellows, you can always pull in an orange. So for me, it's fine. I don't need a 4th shade. All right, let me see. Next up, I want to do a flower here, but I want my flower to not overlap this one a whole lot. So we're going to kind of go opposite what I just did. And this time I'm going to start with my flower rather than the stem. Just at least for this first one. And I'm going to kind of continue doing this. I am going to switch it up here and for the flowers just for a little variety, which I'll show you here in a second. It's not a big change. It's just if you'd want to do more of a one color flower. All right, I am going to go ahead then. Let me wipe this off. I'm really afraid I'll make a little mess and get ink where I don't want it. Hi, Jenny. Yes, Christine has such a good point. Thank you. She said you can always use one of the colors again over the top to make it darker for kind of a 4th color. That's a great suggestion. Thank you, Christine. And now I am going to go ahead and just add in my stem. Before I finish the flower. But for scaling and making sure that I kind of had that where I wanted it, I wanted to do part of the flower first. And I love these leaves. I don't know why, but I think they're really pretty. And for the small stem, these are made to work with it. Now, obviously, you can make it your own. You can do whatever you want. Oh, our little flower is starting to come. Hi, Carmen. And then I'm going to take the second part of this flower bloom. I think these would be really great for assembly line style crafting as well. You could stencil a bunch of backgrounds. You could do different colors if you wanted to. Wouldn't all have to be this. Definitely pick your favorite color combination. Oh, Lynn said, of course, placed an order yesterday. Darn it. Hate when that happens. All right. Then I am going to take this big one again. And let's do that about, let's move my magnet. I don't want it the same height as this one, so we're going to do it probably kind of right about here. Because it kind of hangs off the side a bit. That looks good. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Liz says getting ready to go to botanical gardens with her daughter. Oh, that's so fun. Daughter and mom, girls' day out. That sounds lovely. Now, parts of the stem are going to overlap. And I kind of found, so I'm not actually going to just go heavy over that leaf. Almost like the leaf is in front. You can always stencil that leaf more if you need to. So kind of like that, which I think works nicely. And then I am going to kind of use a light hand. I didn't even really re-ink that a whole lot. So it appears that it's a little bit more behind. And then for this one, I did use this flower. So for when I did this stem before, I used this one, but we're going to use this one here, and I'm just going to kind of turn my stencil. That's the great thing too. I feel like with just 2 different stems and 2 different flowers, you can really create some fun looks. I think they'd be pretty too, all in different colors. Jessica, thank you for reminding everyone. I always forget. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do all of those great things. They help me so much, and I appreciate it. Originally, I was only going to do maybe about 3 flowers, but you guys know me. I couldn't stop. I felt like we needed to create an entire garden. And I purposely try to go dark right here where I'm trying to cover up some of the stem. So pretty. I love layering stencils, even if it's all just one stencil. I am going to wipe this off periodically so that I don't get pink and purple where I don't want it especially. When I'm done, I always rinse it off with water, sometimes soap if it requires it. All right, it's really important now to, oh, see, I just stuck this in my stencil, or my ink pad, pardon me. I want to make sure it's really clean on the front because I'm going to show you how you can get even more looks. Beatrice says, how do you organize your stamps and dies, by companies or theme? By company, and then within the company by theme. Birthday, fall, Christmas, exactly. So Simon says stamp is divided out by theme. Now, I did the stencil like this, and now I'm flipping it over like this. And we're going to stencil. Let's just cover up this ink before I get it more places than I just did. I'm going to go ahead and put it this way. So now our stem's going to go this way instead of that way. And it gives you more looks. And I'm going to make this one, I'm going to try to avoid the leaf again. So it looks like it's kind of behind this leaf over here. And I'm using a combination of the same 2 greens, LIMELICIOUS and PEARFECTION. And then let's grab our little leaf here. And for this, I'm going to use this flower again. We're going to flip it this way, but this time I'm just going to do a pink on pink. Hello, everybody. Debbie J's Crafting Corner. How often do you destash, and do you sell, give away, or donate? I try to do a destash every month or 2. And that is a perk I offer to my Patreon members first. And so far, they have bought any of the destashes that I've done, so I haven't offered them publicly. But I try to about once every month or 2. That just helps me. I feel like I didn't do one of these layers very dark. Let's do one a little darker. The great thing about stencils is you can always line it back up. There we go. So this is just the rows on rows. There, that's better. Scrap and Fox 214. I'm cross-stitching High Rules and watching you make this card. I love that. Oh, I forgot to do the yellow. Well, we'll go back and do that here in a minute. That's fine. Christine said, just placed order number 2. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, and I hope you got some good stuff. Let me see how I have everything else. Let me clean this. Before I flip it over. I feel like we need one here and one right here, and I think that's about it, and then we can kind of start putting all of the rest together. So for one, I'm going to do just a little tiny stem right here, like that. And I do think we'll add a little leaf. I like the look of lots of greenery. There, that looks pretty good. Let's add a little Perfection to that too. There we go. I like that better. Oh, thank you, Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I got them done just for patriotic. My nail girl, she was like, are you going to be making some patriotic cards? And I was like, well, I've really kind of already made those. She goes, oh, darn. And I said, yeah, it's always hard. It would be fun to have them for when I am doing patriotic cards, but let's see. And then I'm going to do this little part right down here. And I purposely kept so that I could have a little bit more of the leaves, sorry. I want more of that greenery, more of that foliage. Perfect. Now we can add in our last 2 flowers. And while I have my stencil, let's do that little flower center. Melissa Cash is working on Hive Rules as well, and we'll be switching to Jolly July stitching this afternoon. Yes, I'm going to be, that's what I will do this evening. I'm going to do some July stitching. I can't wait. So I decided to do another pink over here, and then we're going to do amethyst, a purple on the other side. So let's add a little pink. We almost have it. If I had chosen to do a few less flowers, that probably would have made this a little quicker. But again, I'm extra. Thanks, guys, for supporting my extraness. Little pink. Let's do the yellow. And I totally got that in my yellow ink pad. Too many things on the table when I'm doing a live. Doesn't give me as much room to make my giant mess that I love to make, apparently. And let's go back to this flower for over here for our purple. I'm going to go ahead and close my pink ink pad, but I do need it again, so let's leave it. Let's see. Oh, fun. Cross-stitching on paper. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm so tempted. I said this last night. I'm really, really tempted by some of the new Spellbinders dies, even though I said I wouldn't. Probably lied. We'll see. I have a hard time doing it on paper. But I love the look. going to use a heavier hand there. And there is our little purple flower. Now, while I have my stencil out, I am going to go ahead and stencil my envelope, which I'll show you here in just a second. Let me add that yellow flower center. This was really the most time-consuming part of this whole project, was just kind of moving the flower around and building the garden. But I don't think it's that bad. And if you were doing several, I would for sure like do this flower on 10 cards and then do the next one. You know what I mean? Okay, so I am going to just move this for a second. I've got a standard white envelope flat. You don't want to use a metallic because your ink's not going to dry very good on it. From Simon Says Stamp. And I'll show you my little example. You can do it however you want. I'm just going to do one. But doesn't it cute because it's going to frame up where you handwrite the address for the recipient. So I think probably about right here is going to be good. We'll start with our stem. Shelly, yes, I almost considered using those Spellbinders butterflies for the wall art. They would be super pretty. Some of those big, because they have a few that are a little bit bigger. So if you wanted to do a bigger canvas, mine's only 10 by 10. I think some of those bigger ones would be stunning on a bigger canvas. I have just too many things I want to do. Right now I'm trying to figure out, I want to make something to display like enamel pins. I have quite a few, from Lawn Fawn. I don't really have tons, but I want to display them, and I had them in a cork board before, but I don't want to put that cork board in here. So I'm trying to come up with something. I completely got this in purple ink, but just, it's going to have to be what it's going to be. If you get this envelope, it's special. All right. And then I am going to go back to the pink and purple. So we'll do both colors here. Let me go ahead and start closing some of my ink pads so I don't make an even bigger mess. And then we're going to shift this just a little like that. Let's get it lined up. There we go. I love stencils, are my very, very favorite way to create a custom envelope, because I feel like the envelope looks amazing with very, very little work. And I love a coordinating envelope. Oh, so pretty. I don't know what it is. I know I've mentioned this before, but making the coordinating envelope is one of my very favorite things, because I think it's just so much fun when I handwrite out that address and I've got the envelope. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and let's close up our inks. And I'm going to move a couple things out of the way so we can stamp our text background, which I saw someone mention a second ago, but I think it already went flying by here. They like the text that I add. Thank you. Alrighty, so back to this. I did want to show a different way of doing a text background today. It's not different, but let's say you don't want to put your text background in your MISTI. Where do you suppose oh, here it is. So, yes, Debbie says she loves stenciling. It's therapeutic and always turns out so beautiful. I agree. It's the little things in card making. There's 2 new sets of purple. She wants to know what are the new colors from Simon Says Stamp. There's a gray trio, 2 different purple trios, taupe trio, and a blue. So your new colors are these grays, these taupes, these purples, and these blues. So we did seafoam for the background. I am going to put my good reading background upside down on my work surface. I didn't even take it off the storage sheet. I'm going to ink it up with the seafoam ink. And this is how to do it without a MISTI. I'm obviously not looking for perfection. I just want some great text in the background. I'm going to take my panel right to this, and if you have a brayer, this is a Tim Holtz brayer, you can just kind of go like this to press that on, or you can just use your hand. And there is our background. And I know it looks kind of very defined right now, but that's exactly how it looked when I did this background, and you can see how it just kind of fades off into the distance eventually. Next up, let's go ahead and ink our butterfly. So here is the little butterfly we're going to be doing. I'm just going to use a scrap piece of paper. Thank you, Kelly. Now I'm going to take my Heather ink first. This is one of the new ink colors as well. Kind of more in the darker purple color family rather than the more lilac amethyst that we used before. And this butterfly was die cut and embossed. And I did actually die cut it first and then I ran it through the embossing folder. It works pretty slick. That was our Heather. Then I'm going to take Violet, and again I'm using this small round detailing brush. We're just going to add the color mostly to the center, but kind of pull that mid-tone color out just a little bit. And then I'm going to switch to the flat for our darkest color. And what I love is you can use it kind of more in this motion if you want. You can also use it in this motion, which is what I'm going to do coming out from the center of the butterfly. So kind of going out that direction. And then we're going to flip it around and do that this way as well. Debbie, I think you'll like the small blending brushes. They're so great. If you've got any sort of small stenciling to do, they're fantastic. All right, I totally forgot to plug in my heat tool, so give me 1 minute. Of course, I knew I'd forget something. Apparently I've forgotten multiple somethings today. So we need our heat tool. And we're going to use the foundry wax, the gilded foundry wax. And this is going to be heat set, and I also added it to my flower centers. So I'll show you how I did that first, because we're going to do that, and then I'll add it to the butterflies. I literally just took the the bottle, and I just dabbed it onto my flower center. I'm not completely covering it, just a little bit. So that's going to be a little extra gilding. I didn't want my butterfly to be the only thing with gilding. I'm going to just put a little on my finger, and I'm going to wipe it. Oh, I got a little more than I wanted there, but that's okay. Imperfection. We're going to add it around the edges of our butterfly. And then what I find works the best is to use some tweezers. All right, come here, tweezers. Let me wipe my fingers off real quick. This product dries pretty quick, but I don't think it's set until you've heated it up. At least that's what I think. I might be wrong about that, but... So, butterfly. And it's going to give us the beautiful gilding. There we go, around the edges. And I love it. Let's go ahead and do this. So look how dull compared to when you heat set it. I love it. Then let's go ahead and take some foam adhesive squares underneath the wings of our butterfly. Thank you. Yes, that's what I thought. It's the little things in card making. Let me know. I didn't watch Tim's live, so thanks. You have to heat set it or it'll turn to powder. The Delta Crafter, I have no idea what exactly it is. I keep meaning to watch Tim's live for the full explanation. I've used it multiple times, but to get the gilding look, you have to heat set it. But I'm not exactly sure, so I'm sorry. Hold on, I have the pin in my mouth. Okay. I need a third hand. I only put liquid glue in the center of the butterfly, foam adhesive squares underneath the wings, which is going to help it give it that flight motion that I love. Oh, you know what I'm going to do first, you guys? I completely forgot. I trimmed down my background. I like to do my backgrounds bigger and then go ahead and trim them down later. So we're going to trim it to 4 by 5 1/4. And that's going to give us a nice white border all the way around. Plus, it's going to get rid of a tiny bit of that white space up at the top. I felt like it was a little too much up there. That looks a little better, I think. Okay, now. Oh yeah, you have to try the foundry wax. I love it. I for sure thought I didn't need it. I don't know why I think that. Let's be real. When Tim comes out with a new product, we of course need it. And then I pinch it where I put the liquid glue with my reverse tweezers just to help keep the body glued down. All right. I am going to move this quickly so I can get my die cut machine out here in a minute. But first, oh, where's my cardstock? Here it is. So I've got some white cardstock and I need a sentiment strip. So I'm going to stamp. Thinks it just evaporates. Lynn says yes. I think so too. Oh, good. Definitely watch it. I need to watch it. That's on my list for this weekend. Let me see. I think these are the Mama Elephant Simple Blocked Messages. And I love that you get multiple sentiment strips. We're going to try to do this without an acrylic block. Or with an acrylic block, pardon me, without a Misty. I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink. If this doesn't work, I may have to get my Misty out. I love that there's just so many different sentiments in here. Oh, perfect. Amy, it is another live with me. And then we're going to die cut it. And what I think is genius, if this was just the little labels from Mama Elephant, it would be so hard to line it up, right? Because they do those little stars at the top, I mean, you could obviously use them, but that allows you to line it up perfectly. And then I always like to tape mine down. And we're going to grab our die cutting machine. And we'll die cut it. No, Misty, scary. It's the little things in card making. I know, it is scary. I have done that. In fact, I'm going to do it again here in a minute. I have been doing that lately just for small things. It depends on the ink. You know, some inks are going to stamp better than others. All right, so from this one, I got May You Always Be Blessed. Just wanted to say thank you. Wishing you everything good. Hello, sweet, wonderful you. I'm probably not going to use Hello, sweet, wonderful you because I'm using a hello die. I think we're going to do... What did I do for this one? Let's do wishing you everything good. Hello, wishing you everything good. I think I like that. Kelly, I'm surprised you got to stay here that long. I thought you weren't going to get to. I'm so happy. Let's see. No Misty, no breathing and stamping time. I hold breath when people on videos stamp. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I figure, so here's my philosophy. It's just paper. If I mess up, I can stamp it again. So I try not to worry about it. It's all good. Oh, you know what else we need? My favorite, the little T-square ruler from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to build from the bottom up. And we're going to just kind of pop this little guy. This is so great for sentiment strips. Perfect. And I've got 3 of these hello sentiments. We're going to glue them one on top of another to make it a little bit more thick here. Yes, the Delta Crafter. I always figure too, things can always be fixed or covered up, whatever the case may be. Yes, Debbie, gotta have a T ruler. And this, I just love how short this one is. I think I mentioned this before to you guys, but the one I had before was so long. Well, I still have it. I still use it when I have a longer project, but I certainly love that little short size. And this is just flat black licorice cardstock, die cut 3 times. This is the Simon Says Stamp Hello die. Thank you, Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Oh, of course. Let me grab my pen. I think it's clogged. And we're going to just, I'm going to eyeball it, center it right above our sentiment strip. I love a nice bold black greeting on a colorful card. All right, at the beginning of the video, I showed you that B2B squares die set from Mama Elephant, but it has this little AB tag. Here's that set again. So nice basic squares, but I love a little bitty tag. I'm always looking for them. So if you're looking for them too and you need some nice basic dies, check out the Mama Elephant ones. And then let's see. So we've got hello, wishing you everything good. I kind of like this little happy mail. We're mixing it up a little from my example. But I wanted to show, really, you can just kind of do whatever you want here. It doesn't have to be. And everyone hold your breath. No, don't. No, don't really. We're going to stamp with an acrylic block again. I do have an extra tag because I was afraid if I messed up on camera. And we're just going to stamp that. See, I messed up. Oh my gosh, I knew I would. I'm glad I die cut an extra tag. Let me try this again. Make sure it's just the user. I don't know. This is not stamping great. Let's get my Misty out, shall we? I tried to be slick, guys, and that did not work. Let me see. I'm going to just stick this here in my, oh, and I got black all over. Let me clean this. Oh, good. Thank you, Teresa. Holding, yeah, don't hold your breath anymore. That didn't work. Clearly, I probably should just use the Misty always. It worked a second ago, though. All right. Let's just do it in the Misty now. I was trying to be a time saver, and instead I took more time. The Misty never fails. Does it? All right, final things. We're going to add our little embellishment. Thank you, Jessie. I'm going to tie a little twine to the top. And I'm going to tie it in a little bow. This is really skinny twine. I do not have a source for it. I'm sorry. But, you know, even like some, oh, what's it called? Crochet thread or embroidery floss, probably. There's probably a lot of things out there. I've had this forever. I wish I could find a source for it again, but I've literally had this over 10 years. In fact, I've used up several of the colors. I gotta pull it closer to me because I'm having some struggles. We don't want the loops this big. Oh, awesome, Lindsay. Thank you so much, Cinder's Papercraft, for this super chat. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. All right, now if this was a die cut flower, I would have totally wrapped the string around the die cut, but we don't. So we're just going to kind of fake it. I'm going to put some foam adhesive on the back of my little mini tag, but I want it to kind of appear that I wrapped the string around my flower stem. So I'm just going to do it right there. I don't know. I had it in my mind. This was one of the first things I had it in my mind I wanted to do was make it look like there was this little tag tied around my flower stem. Now I have my triangle tray. I have my messed up tag we can pitch. Let's add some embellishment. So I am going to, yes, crochet thread, Lindsay. In fact, I kind of forgot about it, or I probably would have used that. It is the cutest little tag. What is it, Debbie, about little tags that are so cute? These are some hearts from Lucy's Little Things. I have them in every color. I highly recommend them. I love, love, love them. They're my favorite embellishment. So I'm going to do 3 hearts in this kind of deep bluish purple color. 1 under the sentiment. 1 in my flower, or my butterfly center. And then I need a little one. Where's the little guys? There we go. I always like the little ones. And one of those. And then I've got some Pansy Purple Pearls. Oh, thank you, the Delta Crafter, for the super chat. That's so sweet of you guys. Thank you. Then I am going to scatter some purple. And this is for all of my friends who've been telling me that purple was good. You were right. I was wrong. And I admit it. I love purple now. And I'm just going to scatter a few of these little cuties around. I like the kind of the, I don't know, it's almost a blue violet of the hearts with the purple of these little Pansy Purple Pearls. I love the pretty pink posh pearls. I also have these in every color because you guys, you're my people, you know, we need them in every color. We need the rainbow, right? We need those heart embellishments, Debbie, for sure. All right, let's close this. If you saw, I had a video here. If you're a Patreon member and you saw it, you know that I spilled seed beads all over the place out of one of those little dishes because it happens. And then I've got my white top fold card base. And let's glue our panel down. And I think it helps frame it up a little bit just by cutting it down to that 4 by 5 1/4. Not a Nichol card without one. Laura says yes. I think that's probably true. I love my little heart embellishments. And there we go. So here is the set we made today. And now I have 2. Purple is my favorite, Lindsay says. Well, you will love those purple color combos from Simon Says Stamp then. So good. Okay, you guys, did I miss any questions from anyone? Let me flip around. Hello again. I'm going to put my scissors away and my tools. Kelly, all the purple, no. Debbie, Nichol, where are the heart bling from? Lucy's Little Things. I don't have a link for them, but she's a UK-based crafter. I will try to find one and I'll add it down in the description when we're done. Let's see. All the purple hearts make me think of Emily D. Baker. Do you watch Emily too, Kelly? I knew you were my person. Oh my gosh, yes. She always has the purple hearts. Kelly, we really should talk. That's funny. Let's see. When we colored eggs for Easter, my girl put colors in rainbow order, so everywhere and always. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Love, love, love your card. Thank you. And thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Yes, have a fantastic 4th of July weekend. Please remember, and I will add a link because I think I forgot. There is the 20% off all Simon branded product through the 4th at Simon Says Stamp. It's one of my favorite sales that Simon does. They offer it just a few times a year, not a ton, but it's a great time to pick up maybe some of those branded products, maybe the blending brushes, their Simon branded product that I showed today, or the stencil, or the little T-square ruler. These are Simon branded. So if there's anything like that you've had on your wish list or whatever, this is a fantastic time to pick that stuff up. Thank you, guys. Always window shopping, Shelly says. Me too. Let's see. Okay. If I missed anything, can you please let me know? Drop me a comment. I will hang around and answer those. I will find a link for Lucy's Little Things. I I think she still has them. I haven't checked in a little bit, but they're my favorite embellishment, hands down. Thank you, Jennifer. Happy 4th to everyone. Happy Canada Day to our Canadian friends. I wish everyone a fantastic weekend. You know, whether you're here in the U.S. and celebrating the 4th of July or you're elsewhere, I hope you get some fun crafty time in. And I will see you guys here next week. Don't forget, if there is something specific that you would like to see, a technique, or if it's a product that I have and that I can share, because this was a suggestion from one of you guys, definitely drop me a comment. I will let you know if it's something that I am able to do. And with that, I will see you guys all next week. Bye, everyone. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.